What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back, and it's the Super Bowl. You're going to see this the day of the Super Bowl or after, and we're doing our preview and our picks, and we're even throwing in some bets here just because we know all the sports bettors out there and what we're liking so far. But before we get into the Super Bowl, we are going to talk about the games that led us here. And Ethan, I went 2-0, you went 1-1, but both of those games really could have went either way. And
Yep.
talk about that Chiefs pick.
I was rocking with the Chiefs from the start just because I hate to say it, but it's a little bit of bias. And I haven't picked the Bengals at all this playoffs, but you never know. This might be the week where I pick them. Might not be. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that game was a really good game. Just comes down to the overtime interception from Mahomes. And obviously after that, the Bengals are going to go drive down and score it. So overall, very good, solid game from the Bengals.
And then, the Rams, they really, I wouldn't say dominated the game, but had control of the whole game, it felt like. Right when the 49ers needed Jimmy G the most, double agent Jimmy G just decides to throw one up 5 yards and, let the Rams pretty much win the game. And it'll be interesting to see what the Niners do next year at quarterback. Aaron Rodgers possibly, who knows? That's a name, Trey Lance. You never know.
Most likely of Trey Lance, but you never know.
You never know. I mean, we've seen crazier things. But before we get into our final scores and stuff, yes, you may see them at the bottom, but we're going to go more in depth on that in the next pick. But I'll start here. I'm taking the Cincy money line, obviously, because I want Cincy to win. But got to start the game with the coin toss. I'm going tails because tails never fails. But Ethan, you're going with heads here.
Hey, you know what? Heads never fails either, man.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then we'll start with the Rams here. Stafford under 2.5 passing touchdowns. I'm liking that. I think, it's going to be more of a run game for the Rams in the red zone at least. And that's why I'm kind of weary on that. But I do think Stafford will get 2. And that's why you see I have Cooper Kupp and OBJ anytime TD. But to get to the red zone, I think the Rams will be throwing a lot. So I think the over for Stafford's yards will hit as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to take the over on the passing touchdowns because I feel like I picked Sony Michel to score a touchdown. So I think that running game is going to go off, which is why I also put Matthew Stafford on the under for passing yards. But I just feel like in the red zone, Stafford's going to be really efficient, especially going down in that fourth quarter to lead his team. And I think he's going to score over 2.5 touchdowns. And then I also got Cooper Kupp, obviously. Next, let's hop into the Bengals. I'm taking the under for Joe Burrow's passing yards. I just think it's going to be a rough start, maybe in the first quarter, which will be hard to get over that 278 mark. Mm-hmm. And I'm taking over on his 1.5 passing touchdowns, along with a Joe Mixon touchdown and a Joe Burrow rushing touchdown. Lock it in, baby. That's the bet.
And, I'm going both overs for Burrow. I think he will stay away from Ramsey when he can. And a bet that is not up there that I do really like is Joe Mixon receiving yards. It's at, I believe, 21.5, and he's hit that over 6 times in a row. And, when you have Jalen Ramsey and all these guys running at you, Donald, Mack, Floyd.
Could be running a lot of man against the Bengals, which will running back could be leaving him open. Which I would take that over as well. I like that.
Especially with Mixon, his versatility on the field, he could bust one. It just takes one play and that bet can hit. Yep. But definitely an interesting bet there. And I do like the anytime TD as well. I think rushing or receiving, you have a good shot there. And then Tyler Boyd, I think, is my kind of out on the limb touchdown here because, they already know they have Higgins. And they have Jamar Chase, which is obviously shadowed by Ramsey. So I think it's going to be, who has the better receiving core here in this game. And I think Tyler Boyd is going to get the best of whoever the Rams' third corner is, because they've had some secondary woes coming into the playoffs besides Ramsey. After that, it's kind of a big question mark. So I'm going with Boyd here with the anytime TD. And I'm going to go with Burrow for the Super Bowl MVP. I think but I think Burrow's going to be the most deserving because, of this magical run he's let him on. And if he can pull off this game, I feel like there's no doubt in my mind that he'll win the MVP.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, except for your boy Matthew Stafford on the Rams. I think like I said, late touchdowns are gonna lead him to win the MVP. And I think honestly, as long as Aaron Donald doesn't get 10 sacks and this game doesn't end in like a kind of a blowout on the Rams way, which I don't think is going to happen, I'm going to take Matthew Stafford. And because of that, I'm taking the yellow lemon lime Gatorade plus 300. I see you're taking, obviously.
Yeah, I'm going with orange because I'm going with the Bengals. And for the final score, I am going to pick Cincinnati to win. And I think it's going to be a 23-20 game, which is plus 15,000. So, you put $1 down and that hits, you win $150. Where Ethan, you're going double me. I mean, geez.
At first, originally, I picked 27-25. I think this one will give you a shot. I don't necessarily think it's going to be an 8-point win, but if this hits, it's a big time bet. So, and I got him 27-19. So,
yeah, it says 27-25. That was before.
What I
but
said.
We're talking about this game here, and this game, it's the Super Bowl, biggest game of the year. Obviously, we got lots of people going to be tuning in. Doesn't matter, where you're from, what you know about football. A lot of people watch this game.
Yeah.
And, if you're new to football or one of the new fans, just watch the quarterbacks play, because that's what it's going to come down to at the end of the day. Joe Burrow, the miracle man in his second year, first pick. And you got Matthew Stafford, first pick 11 years ago, finally with a new team, reaches the Super Bowl in the first year. And, if we were to compare the two, which quarterback are you taking in this game?
Well, I'm taking Matthew Stafford. I know lots of old criticism in the past saying that he can't win the playoff games. He's never been in a playoff game. But, I mean, he showed the last two games really going on this winning spree here. And I think Stafford's going to have a better game. And I'm taking him 27-19.
And then if we were going best running backs here, who do you think has the advantage? I think I got to go with the Bengals because Mixon, is so versatile, where the Rams, Akers can be versatile, but he is still coming off of that injury. And, I don't think they want to have him go all out here and blow his, other ACL or something, get hurt bad. So I think there will be a committee there. You said Michelle score. So I think you got to give it to P. Ryan and Mixon here.
Yeah, and I am agreeing with you on that one. More to Mixon. I think he's going to have a big game on the ground and probably hitting that over on the 21 receiving yards. So
but
just a better overall.
What are you going with receiving? Who has the better receiving core in this game?
I would say the Bengals as well, because you try to man up on them, but it's really not going to work because they got four receivers: T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and there's another guy. I'd say Joe Mixon.
Or Uzama. Could be.
Or Uzama.
Yeah. Could be either. But I'm actually going to disagree with you here, and I'm going with the Rams because, obviously Cooper Kupp is, top 2, and he's not 2 receiver in the league right now. And Odell, after they added Odell, he's been an absolute menace to society in LA. And imagine if they had Robert Woods right now. I mean, this team would be insanely good, like insane. And, Higbee has stepped up and filled that role. He should be ready to go for the Super Bowl. Van Jefferson could have a big play here and there. But I just think Cooper Kupp always finds himself wide open at the biggest stage of the game. And, just things like that really add up to why you're, the best receiver in the league. And I think that's why you got to give it to Kupp. But I'm sure you can agree with me on this one that defense obviously goes to the Rams. I mean, it's hands down, no question. Don't even need to discuss how many Pro Bowls and all pros we have on their defense compared to the Bengals. But now this is where it gets interesting. Who do you think has the better kicker and punter in this game?
Well, obviously, when it comes to Evan McPherson, obviously we're winning the Super Bowl is what he would say. I think he's the better kicker. I mean, he's had ice in his veins the last 5 or 6 weeks, and he's really, like, aside from Joe Burrow and the coaching staff and all that, he's the reason why they're here, and he's definitely the better kicker right now, in my opinion.
I agree with you there because, one, people forget that he's a rookie right now.
Yeah.
Like, he is a rookie kicker doing these things that, I don't think any other rookie kicker has ever done. And, he has the confidence of Adam Vinatieri or Steven Gostkowski, 20-year vet. Like, he's just been here before and it's no problem. So confidence-wise, you got to give it to him. But then you can't not talk about Matt Gay, what he's been through. He was Tampa's kicker when they were awful. Comes to LA and immediately is a star. And I think he missed like 3 or 4 kicks this year, but they were deep bombs, kind of just trying to get it before halftime or end of the game. But very good kickers here, lots of consistency. So if there are field goals attempted or extra points attempted, almost all of them I would expect to be made here.
Yep, I'm with you there.
But I will talk about my Bengals pick and my reason. I'm going with the Bengals 23-20 because Joe Burrow is going to have a late game heroic drive, just like they always do, to win, these games in the playoffs. They've done it every time, 3 games so far, and why not be the 4th? I don't think Jamar Chase is going to really be a factor in the first half, but the second half, I think they're going to find out how to exploit the Rams defense and get him involved. And I think that's going to be a key connection on leading that final drive. So that's why I have in McPherson, Money McPherson, picking a game winner to send the Bengals home happy.
And I'm going to go with my 27-25 score here because I really do think that's going to happen more likely. Matthew Stafford, like I said, throwing a game-winning touchdown after Joe Burrow just had a great drive, thinking they're going to win it. You know how the drama works, late game drama with the explosive offenses. I got Stafford throwing perhaps a deep ball to Cooper Kupp. It could be that. It could not be. You never know. I got them scoring a touchdown and winning the game 27-25.
And that'll be it for our video today. Sorry I cut you off there, but
you're good.
But I just would like to thank all you guys for tuning in for all the NFL content, for like our picks, power rankings. We are going to drop a final power rankings, recapping the season with all 32 teams and, things they can look forward to next year. So that'll be a pretty lengthy video there. Ethan, I think that's it for all the picks for this year.
But one last thing, get prepared for these MLB videos. If you're into those, we're going to be dropping our top 100 players soon.
And Ethan,
coming into the next year. So
Ethan, this is for you.
Oh, wow.
Here
Too bad we're let's go.
There you go. That's what you get for beating me in picks this year. But I'm coming for it next year. But I think that's going to be it for us today. And Ethan, take us out of here.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But, until next time, Bench Buddies are out.
She never called back.